Okay, so last time was an absolute whirlwind. We honestly ended, I want to say, like, right at the very end of the game. Like, this, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like 15 minutes, maybe a max of half an hour left after what happened last time. But anyway, so last time we started off in Heisenberg's factory, essentially where he is creating these metal men with drill arms, soldiers, essentially. He was creating an army. I'm assuming at some point to fight back against Miranda, but he was creating an army. Um, he planned to use Rose as a weapon. We didn't know why. We didn't know what how Rose could be a weapon because she was essentially a baby, obviously. Um, but he said she was special in some way. Work our way through there. He tries to convince Ethan to use his daughter, Rose, as a weapon with him to fight against Miranda. Ethan, of course, says, "No, fuck you. I'm taking my daughter and getting the hell out of here." Um, we fight our way through Heisenberg's. Obviously, he wasn't happy with that, so we fight our way through his factory, kill his like motor head soldier. I don't even know what you want to call that guy. Like his greatest invention, and it was just he was just a beast. But we put his ass down pretty easily. He wasn't too hard to fight. Heisenberg ended up turning into a giant metal monster, essentially coated himself in metal because of course he can control metal, and we fought him with our like mini tank ATV off-roading machine that just had a giant machine gun and a cannon on it, and we took his ass down. After all that, after we beat Heisenberg and we're like, all right, time to move on. Let's go get our baby back. Let's kill Miranda. Get the fuck out of here. We meet Chris actually right before the fight with Heisenberg, and Chris essentially informs us of what Miranda is. She has powers, as we knew. We knew she probably had some sort of powers, but one of them specifically is the ability to change her form. The reason we now find out that Chris shot Mia at the beginning of the game is because it wasn't Mia, it was actually Miranda disguising herself as Mia. So this blows Ethan's mind. He, for some reason, does not decide, oh, okay, well, then where's my wife? He's just like, oh, well, now I gotta kill her. Double. He's not concerned about where she is. I'm assuming he just thinks that Mia's dead. Chris thinks Mia's dead. Um, but after the fight with Heisenberg, Miranda shows up, Mother Miranda, and finally ends up actually killing Ethan, ripping his heart out. We then play as Chris for a bit, fighting our way through the village. Like that's why the background now is the village on fire because Chris and his team full on assault the village, and he fucking wipes out just fucking scores of lichens. Plants a bomb on the mutamysite, which is essentially the core that's creating all of these monsters. It's what created Evelyn from Seven. It's what gave Miranda her powers. It's the core of like all evil in this game. It's essentially we also find out in after putting the bomb on on the mutamysite, we go to Miranda's lab and find a whole list of a whole background of essentially what Miranda is, why she's doing what she's doing, and we discover that she lost her daughter to the Spanish flu. She decided after she lost her daughter to crawl into a cave and just die. She was just like, that's it, I'm done. See you later. She crawls into this cave, but it turns out to be the cave with the mutamysite in it. Upon, I don't know, touching it or ingesting it or whatever, she gets all the powers and all these abilities and the knowledge that she can recreate potentially her daughter. She just needs to find the right host. And that's essentially what the children of Miranda are. They were the best hosts that were infected with the mutamysite and showed the most potential. The closest of which was Lady Dimitrescu, but she still wasn't perfect. And after Ethan's run in with uh, Evelyn, he became infected by the mutamysite to beyond our knowledge, and she believed that he passed the perfect genome to host Miranda's daughter Ava in Rose. So essentially, she believed she could recreate her daughter by using Rose. Anyway, we find Mia in the underground lab, and she essentially says, "No, no, no, you don't understand, Chris. Ethan's special." We then find out Ethan's dead. Ethan has been dead since the beginning of 7. He was essentially killed by Jack Baker the very first time you see him. That point where you get knocked out in the attic and then he stomps on your head, he actually killed you. We had no clue. He put our ass down, and it was Evelyn that brought us back. So we were essentially a mold monster the whole time. She just didn't have control over us somehow. She infected us with the mutamycite, but we weren't one of her slaves. Or maybe we would have been had we been under her influence in that what's it called? In that swamp at the baker's house. Had we been there for weeks, maybe she would have started to control Ethan. But she didn't. She didn't have the time because Ethan put her down, and then he passed the, I guess, mold genome onto Rose. We're assuming that Mia did not know that at the time, and hence why she had Rose with him, and then she found out at a later date that he was special because he was also infected. So, huge news. Ethan's been dead the whole time, and essentially means that Miranda ripping his heart out didn't put him down. He has this whole vision talking to Evelyn. She's like, you've been mine since the very beginning, blah, blah, blah. And he wakes up in the back of the Duke's cart, getting transported back to the ritual area where Mother Miranda is with the pieces of Rose. Presumably, she's trying to recreate her daughter Evelyn right now, and we as Ethan are right outside there, and we're going to stop it. So that's where we're at right now. Let's see how it goes. I don't think... Alright, Mother Miranda. I'm stocked up on ammo. I'm stocked up on... You know, I've fully upgraded my gun as much as I possibly can. I'm ready for you. I got fucking 170 shots in my pistol. I'm just gonna fucking unload on her. I'm just gonna... Boom, 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 boom.
Out of my way.
I mean, I've got stupid ammo. You're gonna just... Yeah, spit out more of those things. They're all just gonna get the pistol. I'm just saying. I'm not even stressing about, like, hitting headshots. Yeah, I don't even care about going for headshots. We're just unloading. When we got 170 shots, yeah.
I gotta keep going.
Come on, Ethan. You got one more fight, brother. Yo, dude, you found out that you died before. This is nothing to you.
Little Ava, my beautiful daughter.
Are these all the pieces of Rose? Okay, but even if we have...
Is that you?
Nah, that's Rose.
Oh, how I've missed you.
Right? Oh, no.
What?
It is.
My power is leaving me.
Rose!
Uh-oh. You might not have wanted to announce your presence. I don't think she's going to be too happy with you being here.
Miranda!
Interesting. Your body certainly isn't normal.
I don't
Give
think yours
Rose
is
to
either.
me. Now!
You will see. Once I kill you properly,
Get her now!
Is that Chris? Oh,
Go!
God.
I've spent a lifetime creating this moment. And
Uh-oh.
you try to take it away from me.
I don't think she's going to be very happy.
I will take what is due. My desires will be fulfilled.
Oh, here we go.
Rose is mine!
What the fuck?
Uh-oh. She's going to be a big mesh. We really want to shoot this thing when she's holding Rose?
You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. Winters. You disposed of my false children and awakened the glorious magnificent. Now, please do not worry for little Rose. I
Where you at,
assure
bitch?
you I'll provide her with true happiness. So now you can die peacefully.
Yeah? How about you?
I'm not letting you get away.
Yo, you suck at this game. I'm fucking smoking your ass.
Please, Mr. Winters.
Dodging. Okay. Okay, you got some tricks.
Just
Oh, but you gave me the cover to defend against your little flopping attack? Alright.
you understand the level of heritage, child. How can you
Uh-oh.
deny me?
Oh, no, she's
Why the
big.
hell can't you realize Rose
What'd she
is
drop?
my
Oh, handgun.
not
Oh,
yours.
God. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, that hurt.
Your time is up. Now die.
Wait a second. You wanna talk about... Okay. What's up, bitch? What are you gonna do? Hey?
I can take any form I desire.
Yeah? Good for you. Didn't ask.
Even
Yeah? Why don't you take a form of fucking
everyone
being
dies.
dead?
Die!
Hey?
Be swallowed into the megamycete for all time!
Where is she? Oh. Oh, owie. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, this is not great. We don't want to be here. How am I already down to 3 shots?
Now, Mr. Winters, I think it's time you let things in my hands.
Yeah? Where you at? Come on, pop out again.
The hell I will.
Come on.
I will take back my daughter!
Bet you will. I don't think so, lady. Pop up. Come on.
Die, 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 die.
Yeah, where you at? Come on. Bring your face out here. Come on.
I understand your feelings, Mr. Winters. Truly. But this is
Yeah, go ahead. Fucking start spitting
if I
again.
combine Rose with a megamycete, my daughter will be made manifest at last.
Can I just keep unloading on her little goo pot? I don't think I should. I think I should save my ammo. Where are you going? I'm behind your little wall.
Why do you interfere? Surely you have no need to understand. So close to death.
Eat that, bitch.
Die.
Oh, she still hit me. I don't know. I'm trying to.
For my daughter.
Oh, God. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, shotgun?
Impudent.
Oh, is that it? Please tell me that's it. We need it to be it because I am low on health. Really? Of all the things we
To
use.
ensure I never see your face
Oh no, is she going phase 2? I was gonna say, I can't take a phase 2. Please? It's literally just keep shooting her. Is she done? I don't want to take my hand off the mouse just in case.
My daughter!
She seems to be in a... No fucking way. That's it. We did it. We still gotta blow up that mutamycite that's underground, right? Like, we still gotta trigger that and put this all down for good. Because there's still trees moving here. Oh yeah, we were fighting her that whole time and we forgot, like, Rose was inside of her. She had her. Okay. She's like,
It's all right, Rose.
she got some powers though too, right? She's an ugly baby. Just saying. Oh. Because Ethan was part of the mutamycete. Isn't it? Because he was made from mold
Ethan!
through Evelyn.
Ethan!
Is destroying it gonna kill him too?
Come on, Ethan, wake up.
Dude, it's time to hit that boom.
Chris,
Ethan, you did it. It's finished.
I think we've finished each other.
Are we finally gonna see Ethan?
Ethan, we gotta move.
Oh, brother. I guess not. Oh, I don't think Ethan's getting out of here, man. I don't think the fight's over. I think we're playing as Chris and we gotta fight that thing. Dude, it's time. You can see the bomb is in its mouth.
Moving, Ethan.
It's time to hit the
There's a
button.
bomb in that thing that'll blow this whole village sky high. Hey, look at me. When I hit this trigger, we can't be anywhere near it. Ah, damn it. Mia's waiting for you. She's alive, you hear me?
He's gonna tell her to take
Alive.
Rose and go.
Mia, I'm so sorry. I love you. Keep Rose safe.
Hey. Hey.
Yo, Chris, the size of you, just carry Ethan. Throw that dude to your shoulder.
Tell
Look at the
yourself.
size of your shoulders.
Now, come on, it's not that much further.
Watch over her. Teach her to be strong.
God damn it.
It's because he's part mold too. He's gonna do it himself. Oh
Goodbye,
no.
Rosemary.
I mean, to be honest, I kind of figured it was gonna be like a destroy her, but through destroying himself too. But like, that still sucks. Everything he's done. Through 7 to get Mia back, and through this to get his daughter back. And bro just can't catch a break. I mean, I'm assuming killing this thing would have killed him anyway, right? Because this is the source of him. Or would it have continued to exist if he continued to exist, you know? I doubt they're far enough away yet, dude.
Rose?
Did you not see the giant
Go.
nuclear
Go,
bomb
take
size
us up
explosion that went off? I guess not. I guess it hasn't gone yet.
Wait! Where's Ethan?
Get moving. We have to get clear.
No! We can't go, not without my husband!
Mia, sit down and strap in.
Not before you tell me where Ethan is.
He ain't coming.
I know he
Oh
wouldn't
my
abandon
god,
us.
that sucks, dude.
Tell me what's going on. Where?
Ooh, Ethan, you need to give us a little bit more time, I'm pretty sure, but... Holy fuck.
What was that?
I told you to sit down.
Where is he? Chris? What have you done?
He's gone.
Oh, I thought he was going to smack
That's
her.
right.
I was gonna say, dude.
He stayed so we could all escape. I'm sorry.
Captain, you need to see this.
And you the whole time were fucking brushing him off and telling him
The
to...
SAA didn't send soldiers. This is a bioweapon.
The hell were they thinking?
Oh my god.
Orders, Captain.
Pick up the rest of the squad. Plot a course for BSAA Europe HQ.
Wasn't he part of the BSAA? And they turned into Umbrella, like, rebranded?
Someone's gotta pay.
Now they're evil again? God, this shit does not stop. It all fucking just... Why do people keep creating fucking like, virus monster soldiers? Why? Holy shit, that game was good. I can't believe that we just finished the final game in the series. How long have we been playing these? Holy shit. I think I started 0. I almost want to go back and see if I've got any. I think I got a YouTube video on my YouTube channel of me playing Resident Evil 0. I think I've only got one. I don't think I put them all out on YouTube, but I think I put the first one out. I would be interested just to see what the date on that is, because I feel like this series has been a year going, at least. Like, I would be surprised if we haven't been playing this a year more, like this series. Holy shit. Oh, they're literally singing this. This is gonna give some different version of the story. So that's Benvenuto. The first one was Dimitrescu. This is Moreau. Giant fish monster. And then finally, Heisenberg is the last piece. I cannot believe it. I can't. I'm kind of upset that Ethan had to go. Like, I honestly, the 7 and 8, where you played as Ethan, I enjoyed those games, man. And I liked the whole story with Ethan. Incredible. Like, after.
We gave, but more you took, she snarled. So more in turn is due. In a blink, the girl was trapped inside a mirror. Her parents, though, had searched all day and at last arrived. With rampant rage, Father fought the witch, while Mother's loving touch shattered the dark enchantment. But the witch was strong, and Father yelled, "Save our daughter!" So Mother bore their child to safety as the forest was consumed. Even now, the burnt forest is a grim reminder of Father's sacrifice. To this day, any child who stares too long into the charred wasteland will be haunted by nightmares of getting lost while picking berries.
Oh my god. Holy shit. I can't believe we're at the end of the series. I really can't. I'm like in shock. That sucks, man. I really liked 7 and 8. Like, this game was incredible. I loved the revamp. Like, after playing through the whole series, the whole thing's great. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely stronger games and then weaker ones in the series, I would say. And I think everyone kind of thinks that. But the revamp and how they redid the series in 7 and 8 with the first person and going back to the roots of horror, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I've already given all my thoughts on 7 in the past. It was great. The horror was there. This one, the horror wasn't so much in wasn't such a large part. It was a lot more, again, leaning on the shooter element. However, I did like that the variance of monsters that you fought. I would have, the one thing I will say, I would have liked this one to be even longer. Like, I felt like it was a decent length game, don't get me wrong. It was a standard length for a story game, absolutely. But I would have liked it to be a little bit longer. Just like, I felt like Dimitrescu's especially, was a big chunk in the beginning, and there was a lot of like, you found the piece or the key that opens that door, and you went there, and you went and did this, and you go and do that, and that was like very remnant of early Resident Evil games, where it was slowly finding pieces of the puzzle that unlocked different areas, and you had to constantly like backtrack. And they reused old areas. You'd go through an area you'd already went to, and now there's new enemies there. And I like that. I really do like that. I like slowly piecing together the puzzle. I love that part of these games. I like the puzzle as well as the horror as well as the action. So Dimitrescu's was a great length. It was awesome. And I thought each house, like the 4 houses, Dimitrescu, Benvenuto, Moro, and Heisenberg, were all going to be like that. Heisenberg's definitely was. His was equally as good as Dimitrescu's, if not even better. I liked the new like badass enemies, but at that point in the game, Ethan's always a little badass and got much stronger guns. But like Benvenuto's and Moreau's were so quick. It definitely felt like, and from the very beginning with the arguing over, well, like when Ethan first gets captured by the family, it's Heisenberg and Dimitrescu fighting over who gets him. They seem to be the main members of the family, but I would have liked a little bit more out of the other two. I really, as creepy as it was, I liked Benvenuto's house and the horror, because in the element of not having weapons, there was no way to fight. It was all run and hide. I would have liked more of that. More of a trip, because they talk about how Benvenuto, the lady, I think Donna, I believe is what her name is, Donna Benvenuto, how as a person prior to becoming one of Mother Miranda's kids, they talk about how she was awkward and weird and a shut-in and honestly a little off mentally. I think it would have been really cool. I like the taking my weapons away, because then it's just like, okay, this is pure horror. There's no more fighting. It's not run and gun. It's a little bit of puzzles. You can still do puzzles while you do the horror element. Those two can still be done without the shooting. I would have liked it to be longer and just like a slow trip into madness, into the mind of Benvenuto that's just been twisted her whole life, and she's just gone insane, and it's all this like puppetry and strings, and I could have, she would have been the perfect one to do more horror in that sense. Horror's focus greatly on the horror and the puzzles, and step away from the gunfighting, because I like the gunfighting in this. I just don't like when Resident Evil, like 6 was good, but I felt like it was just all action game, and it really was. Like the gunfights were big, the explosions were big. You know, you punch someone in the face and they go flying back 300 feet because it's, you know, your Leon is a fucking Goku in that game. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the shooting, but the 6 was too much. I like the horror elements. I think it's what makes Resident Evil games phenomenal, and I like this revamp that they did with 7 and 8. But I would have liked, again, take my guns away and make it just pure horror. It's kind of reminiscent of like Amnesia, or Jesus, what the fuck is this? Oh, is this Ethan turning into the monster? Is this like an alternate story if Mia died and Ethan would eventually have turned into a mutamycete monster? I think that's what this whole story is that's been going on in the background. What was I saying? Yeah, it was reminiscent of the Amnesia series. It's reminiscent of like Outlast games, where there's no fighting. It's all just you run. You either hide or you run, and sometimes you got to do a little bit of both. And the horrors just climb around you. Here, we'll finish this scene, and then I'm gonna keep going. Please give me some sort of teaser. Oh, this is Rose.
Do you think the little boy will be able to touch the moon?
Nobody can touch the moon. It's too far away.
Wait, what if he has a rocket ship?
Whatever, nerd.
Okay, then you can touch it, but it'd be very, very cold.
Is she gonna be a character like in later games?
You were being silly. I don't think the moon feels like a human.
And also, they constantly talked about her being a weapon. So she's got some of her dad in her, some of the mutamycite gene that made him unkillable, essentially. Or he gets killed and just gets back up. He keeps going. She's got it in her, so could she become a part of the fight in future games? Like, are they going to continue with her, or is this Winter's family is gone?
Happy birthday. Sorry I missed last week. I have a lot of tests coming up. You know how it is.
So your mom didn't bring you here?
Talk of the goddamn devil. Duty calls.
Oh, is she a soldier? Did I fucking hit that nail on the head?
Yeah, I found her. Where else?
Or is she part monster?
Day of all days. We have a situation. You're needed, Evelyn.
Don't you ever call me that again.
Whoa, it's just a joke, Rose.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
We have a clear shot.
Stand down. I can handle it.
Why would you make that joke, you fuck? Like, she's like, what, 18?
Way to keep it together, Rose.
You're making that joke after all this fucking time?
You're a lot like him, you know?
You come and make dick fuck jokes like that?
I know.
I want to see what powers she has. So she knows she's got powers. I can do things that Chris doesn't even know I can do. Maybe this is hinting at her being a key character in future games. Who's that up on the road? Who is that? Oh, is that the sniper that says I have a clear shot? Or is it Chris? What are we hinting at with that? Oh. Damn. I was kind of hoping they were going to hint at, like, hi sweetie, and it was going to be her father. This is wanting me to click. 12 hours. Beat it on standard. God damn. 12 hours, 15 minutes. That. Anyway, so to finish up, I'll probably take a break now that we've beaten this, and I'll switch to another game, probably Siege, just to round it out, because I haven't picked the next story game yet, but we'll talk about that tonight. I'll do a little look while Siege starts up. But yeah, so to give, after that whole cutscene, to give like final thoughts or continued thoughts. So loved Dimitrescu's. It was awesome. I definitely would have liked Dimitrescu herself to be a little bit more deadly. She kind of like just slowly walked. Don't get me wrong. If she trapped you in the corner and she hit you, she did some damage, but it wasn't like an instant kill or anything like that. Not that it should have been, but it didn't feel like she was very fast. She was not chasing you. Whereas in 7, and I reference this all the time when I talk about someone hunting you, or even if you talk about like Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X, or Weapon X, whatever you want to call it, or Nemesis in 3. But again, back to 7 with Jack. When you turned your back to him, he sprinted at you. Like, he was always like walking fast towards you. But if you ran and like turned your back to him and ran away, by the time you turn around, he's a foot behind you. Like, he moves at the same speed Ethan does, if not a little bit faster, so that he can catch you. That's part of the horror. Dimitrescu, yeah, you'd hear her big ass stomping around behind you, but if you ran, she wasn't catching you. You were good to go. You're in the clear. So I would have liked her to be a little bit scarier, because her just walking around was just like, bitch, I can just outrun you. See you later. You could have even programmed in her being able to go in the safe rooms, and then you couldn't cheese it in the safe room. But if you maybe ran into a room and broke line of sight, then she wouldn't follow you into a room at all. She would just start looking and hunting. Maybe? I don't know. But I did I liked Dimitrescu's castle overall. It was great. I liked the three daughters. I liked the final fight with her. She felt like a cool boss. All of it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Same with Heisenberg. Very, very cool. As I said with Benevenito, definitely would have been the point to introduce more of that horror. Like that whole baby chasing you, the like aborted baby, whatever it was that was crawling around. It was absolutely terrifying. They could have made that way longer, or they could have made it you escape that thing, just like the Motorhead and Heisenberg's. They could have made it you escape that thing, and then at a later point it's behind you again and it's chasing you. All of a sudden you're like walking down a hall and it comes through a side door and you're like, oh fuck, and you gotta run and hide again because you still don't have your weapons. That would have been the perfect place to turn into pure like psychological horror and just fucked with Ethan the whole time until the very end when you fight that doll. And maybe make the doll an actual fight, not just walking up and grabbing her. I don't know. I don't know how you would do, like, you make it like every other boss. She's just like appearing everywhere and you gotta shoot her when she appears, kind of thing. Or she jumps on top of you and starts stabbing you with like scissors. But instead it's Ethan that stabbed her with scissors. But anyway, that one definitely could have been cooler and gone into the horror element more. I would have liked that because it definitely introduced the horror element by taking away your weapons, putting you in this basement like dissection lab thing. It was very creepy, but it wasn't very long. I felt like all of Benevenito's, like in one stream, we essentially, well, we probably did about half of Benevenito's before, but in one stream we beat the second half of Benevenito's and then all of Moreau's in one singular stream, which is like 2.5 hours. I would have liked both of them to be longer, just to make the game longer. Could have been a 20-hour game if you made their two things significant, but they were kind of the brush off family members. Moreau, I don't even know. You could have done a lot more swamp, fish monsters, like mutant crocodiles, mutant or gators or shit like that. Like really played into that water element. Maybe there's a portion where you got to swim through or wade through the water and there's mutant snakes, mutant sharks, I don't know, anything in there. Anything else in the water too. Could have made that very, very horror based, or made the boat part longer. It was literally you ride out a boat, you see him go in front of you and you go into a cave and you're like, all right. It was freaky, but you just park the boat and get off and that's the end of it. The whole ride, the boat ride, was ultimately useless. I mean, just moved you to a different location rather than being like a portion where like he's hunting you as a fish and you've got to like dodge him or shoot at him to get him to stop following you. Could have done so much more. Could have done so much more with Moreau. Moreau was kind of a letdown because even after you find him and finally talk to him, you find out he's essentially, like, even though he's like mad, I don't want to say genius, he's just a mad scientist and he's implanting people, villagers, with the Kadu to create the lichens. You find out he's kind of a simpleton. Like he's kind of the laughing stock of the family. All right, just from talking so much, my throat's getting dry. So I would have liked more from him. I don't know how they would have done it. Maybe they could have done more in that mine, but his like whole mine puzzle area was also very short. You kind of just walk in, talk to him, and then walk out, fight some lichens, and walk out. Still, it was a great game. Don't get me wrong. I'm just giving like points where I would have done a little bit more if it were me. Still phenomenal game. I loved the way they connected this to the entire story, to the entire series, sorry. From the very beginning, essentially the founder of Umbrella founded it based on a combination of the virus that was found, the it was the Nemesis virus, I believe is actually what it was called, that they found in Africa, which is where 5 takes place, is the birthplace, I guess, of the Umbrella virus, that they turned into the T virus, which was their first iteration. And he combined his discovery of that in Umbrella, or in Africa, and then the mutamycite research that what's her name, Mother Miranda did, and put that together and use the symbolism, Jesus, English, of the umbrella logo that he found in this village in the ruins, put all that together and created Umbrella from this. This, between 5 and this, we've essentially discovered the entire origin of Umbrella. So we've kind of, this game was, even though 7 and 8 were essentially a new story in the Resident Evil universe, it kind of like wrapped everything up. Now, they definitely set it up for more. The fact that the BSAA soldiers that were being sent in were monster soldiers or mutated soldiers. So the fact that they were also the monsters as well, that's setting up for the next game. But yeah, overall, absolutely incredible game. Perfect element of like, or perfect mixture of shooter, horror. I love that they went first person for these games, because it absolutely adds to the story. Having the enemy in your face when you turn around versus turning around and it's in your face but you're looking over the person's shoulder, so it's not really that close. Yeah, I couldn't imagine like 2 when you're getting chased by Mr. X or whatever to turn around and see him fucking doing that sprinting punch and you just turn around and just see just a fist coming flying at you from this like 8-foot tall dude. Be terrifying. I'm not like that, but this game was absolutely incredible. I loved it. It sucks that Ethan died, because I liked Ethan as a character. I really did. And his like motivations, saved his wife, saved his daughter. But I guess with him essentially being part mutamycite this whole time, he had to kind of go. I guess it kind of wrapped things up. But I think everyone, myself included, after beating this game, would have always thought, is Ethan coming back? He's gonna show up at a later date? Like, when someone dies off screen in these games, they never stay dead. And honestly, part of me still is like, maybe I like Ethan. I hope he's not gone. But I'm assuming that's why they put the father story is over, because they're like, let's put a pin in it. Everyone's going to think Ethan's coming back. He's not. He's gone. It's done. Put it to rest. So, anyway. That was phenomenal. Loved it. I can't believe we're done the Resident Evil series. I'm going to take a short break. I am going to start up Siege for now. Next week we will be playing. We'll start a new game or a new series or something. I gotta look in my Steam library and decide like what I want to do. I don't know. I've got a horror game in mind, another one that I've been holding off on playing because it looks terrifying. I've got another shooter series, but a very classic series. I don't want to say what any of the options are, because I don't want, I don't know which way I'm going yet. But we will be continuing on with the story games and stuff like that. Maybe we'll take a week, like next week, maybe we'll do 2 Siege streams now with the new season starting, because it is a new season of Siege. Maybe we'll take a week to enjoy the new season before we get into the story games again. I don't know. I haven't really come up with a plan, and I haven't selected the next game, so we'll see what's in my library and we'll go from there. But anyway, I'm gonna take a short break and I will see you in a bit. Peace.